Hey, hey, we are live. Hey, guys. Thank you all for joining me. I see my Indie Hair Tools is on and my Hair by Akani. Now we are HB Asia Consulting. Hair by Akani still exists, but we changed our handle. What's up with you guys on Facebook? And we have our second version of our detangling brush. This has been a long awaited time. As you all know, I do help other businesses source in China. And if you want to know more about that, please look at the video from yesterday. We had the honor and pleasure of speaking with the shark, Damon. Damon John, and he gave a lot of good gems about why it's important to have an agent when you are consulting, especially in places like Asia and China. Of course, I've been talking about this all the time. I've been talking about the language barrier, just having eyes on your things, because people lie, people scam all of the time. So having control of the sourcing is very important, and I'm really thankful and lucky that I have a handle on that. So speaking of handle, you see what I did there? All right, well, our regular detangling brush is palm size, so it definitely works, but we did listen to our clients, our customers, and they all requested that we make a brush with a longer handle. So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through the process of what it was to get to this part. So basically, what we did was I had to find a designer, a graphic designer, to draw a 3D rendering of this brush, because the suppliers want to see the brush in a 2D version. And they also want to be able to recreate it 3D. They want to see all the dimensions and the functions of it. So you have to have a 3D version. You can't just take pictures and send it. You have to have a 3D version of your brush. So I found a designer, and I had them create this version of the brush, and I did it 3 times, to be honest with you. And it charged. Sometimes it takes money to make money, depending on what business or what aspect of the business you're in. And let me go and let everybody know that we are live right now. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. You can type your questions below, and I will definitely answer your questions. Let me see. I just want to make sure that everybody has access and they can see what's going on. Okay. Boom, bam. So yes, I got a designer to design the brush. And so I went through 3 designers, 2 locally and then 1 outsourced. The last one was on Fiverr, because I was like, after spending all this money the first time, the manufacturer said the design needed to be changed. It needed to be more 3D. So I went to a second designer to make it, and going live now on let's see, there we go. Didn't really like the way that he made it, but paid the money. And I thought, instead of going back and forth, and this designer was also pretty busy, I went to Fiverr and I found someone who was really affordable, and they made the 3rd brush. So that's where we are. I was going back and forth with the manufacturers to make sure that the 3D rendering that I got was actually something that they could work with. And once it was a go, then they made the model for me. They made the model and they sent me pictures. Okay. Whether you're there in person on the fact at the factory or not, have them send you pictures so that they can see. And what they do is, I'm covering up the teeth because these teeth are not on the market. This is very special. You know, we've been doing this for a long time, so we got to protect our intellectual property. But what they do is they take a picture of every angle of the brush. And the same, when you make your 3D brush, it is good to have a picture of each side of the brush. And honestly, if you were to patent your brush, it would be the same thing as well. Or whatever your item is, you want to give them the back, the side, the front, the top, the bottom, just so they know. Also, you can put little markers, indications on your brush as well, so that they know how long it is and how short things are, how wide, how thick. That's very important too. You want to be as specific as possible because going back and forth, sometimes the process is a lot longer. And my manufacturers right now are in China. So since I'm in the States at this moment, the time difference, 12, 13 hours, we just did what we fell back in the fall. So that's another hour lost that I have to account for. So you try to be as descriptive as possible. But what did we do first? I drew up a contract. I wrote a contract between the manufacturer and I, the designer and I, so that they cannot still use my designs or any of my designs as their own. They can't use it for someone else. They can't draw it out for someone else. And the same with the factory in China. I made them sign a contract first, an agreement first, saying, this is the work of my company. You are working for me. You are not to use this mold or use this design for any of your designers or anyone else, because I do plan on patenting this brush. And hey, Anastasia, hey girl, I do plan on patenting this brush. And on the legal side, wherever you plan to market your products, you have to have a patent there. You have to have, or a trademark there. You have to have some type of intellectual property protection, your IPP, in these countries. Just for example, Supreme is a well-known brand, started in New York, but they did not make their patent or their trademark in China before it got over there. So some Chinese company actually opened up a Supreme store and was selling unauthorized Supreme goods. And they were legally able to because they created their trademark first, their patent first. So the name of the game with intellectual property is it's first to protect it. So when you're in the States, okay, we're gonna put the lawyer hat on. When you're in the States, yes, you can get a statewide trademark, but the best thing to get is a federal trademark, because the federal trademark means that in all of these 50 states, no one can use this name. Or patents, not so much. Once you have the patent, that's good everywhere throughout the country. But in terms of your trademark name and slogans and some colors you might want to trademark, if you don't do it federally, it will only be good in your state. So that's just a little bit on the legal side. So anyway, I made them sign a contract and just basically saying, this is my work. You're working for me. You're not going to use my designs and use them as your own or sell them to anybody else. And as you know, that's a huge problem in the world, but especially in China, because, I mean, so many people get things made there. They make 80% of the world's supplies. So, sometimes you're fighting tooth and nail. And a lot of people are small business owners or they're first starting out. So once you're paying your designer and once you're paying your mold and the factory for production, when you got to put down that 30%, you may not have money for a patent. So, just do your best with what you have. Try to be smart and, may the force be with you. Because I get it. I get it on all sides. I totally understand. So, what we want to do today is we want to try this brush out, okay? I want to try this brush in my hair. I didn't wear a wig for this video, this live, because I wanted to unbraid my hair and I wanted to brush it because now that I am in the testing phase, I need to give them feedback on this brush. I need to tell them, oh, I like it. I like the way it holds. I like the way it brushes. Does it detangle? Does it rip my hair out? So I'm going to be using my hair, and I'm also going to be using this Kinky Curly bundle that I have. And this Kinky Curly bundle, I've brushed this. I usually have this out for my pop-ups and display. So this has been brushed out. It's pretty. It's still kinky. I can't move my hands through it, just so you guys know. But I'm going to use it on my hair and this as well. Okay, so let's unbraid the hair. But while we're testing this out with you guys, I just wanted to give you some background on some of the process of having something designed in China, what that process is like, and what you can expect. So as I'm braiding this, if I say, yes, this brush is good, I like it, then I tell the factory, you can go and create the mold for this. Now, a mold is basically I know they say don't say basically. A mold is the cast for the shape of your product. So since this brush is never before made in terms of the teeth, they have to create a new mold for it, and molds are expensive. I want to say that this mold costs under $1,000, and I want to be sure that I give them all of my critiques before I tell them to make that mold. Again, budgeting the money, making sure that you are not spending, overspending, not wasting money. And sometimes things don't work out. But I did have to pay for this sample. I had to pay for this sample. And samples cost, you guys. Samples cost usually a lot more than if you were to buy wholesale, because it's just a one-of-one piece that you may not commit to. So in order for a factory to make a sample that's brand new, that they probably don't have, if it's brand new, they don't have it, it's gonna cost a lot more. I remember working with a clothing company, and they told me to get some samples for them. And, on the wholesale side, the jeans were going to be possibly about $8 a jean, but they wanted her to pay $54 for the sample. So I had to explain that, this is why it costs so much, because this is their first time making this jean. It's not like you're making something that they already make. If they already have it, then it's no problem. You can just tell them the color and you can you can start with your wholesale price. But if it's something that they haven't made before, it's going to cost more because you may not even use this. And that's why it's so important to look through samples. The factories, they want you to approve a sample, because we don't want to create a mold and then you don't use it anymore. So that cost goes on the business owner. The samples, everything goes on the business owner. So, dun, 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 dun. You already know, when we detangle, we're going to start from the ends and then work our way up. So my hair is a little bit damp. Okay, it's going through, guys. Yes. I'm excited about that. And coming down. I like that. Wow. This is a go. This is a go. Yes, honey. Woo. Okay. And there's not even too much hair on the brush. Wow. All right. So like I said, let me Bantu knock this up real quick. We're going to try this out on the hair weaves. Okay. Usually when I have my brushes out, people don't know they're detanglers. They think that it's for the wigs and weaves, and it's like, no, you can use it on that, but this is specifically for hair. So kinky curly hair. So here I am. Remember when I showed you that my hands could not go through this smoothly because it's kinky curly? I want you to see that. Okay, kinky curly again. I'm going with the handle. This I'm not starting from the end because it's not on my my head, but it's definitely going through, detangling. I'm looking at the brush. I do not see that much hair again. So you guys, this is exciting. Okay, this brush actually might be a go. I might change a couple things. It won't actually be this color, but this is just their mold sample color. So for now, this is just to see how does it fit in my hands? How does it brush? Do the teeth do what they're supposed to do? Does the handle feel good? Does it need to be longer, shorter, bigger? You know, this is a time where I really need to make sure this is what I want them to create, because once they make the mold, I have to pay for the mold. I think I even have to pay for the mold before they even start making it. And once the mold is done, usually for purchase order, have you guys heard of the term MOQ? MOQ is your minimum order of quantity. And so these are the numbers that a factory will say, hey, we're going to make this for you, but you must order a minimum amount of this number. So we haven't gotten there yet. I think they told me something generally at the beginning, but that's just the talk then. We haven't really negotiated, because it's when there's money in your hand and I've made this mold, then that's when it's seriously time to talk business, right? So that will come after I give them the feedback on this brush and let them know, hey, I like it. I want you to start making the mold. So this is our brush 2.0. I don't believe this will be ready by the end of the month for Black Friday, but we definitely expect to see this in December or January by latest. You guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much. Even our first version of our detangling brush, we're going to keep that version, but we want to reserve that for the men. We want to reserve that for the men because it works so great as a beard brush. And it works great on your hair too, but we know that having a handle is definitely more convenient. So we want to give you guys more of an option. So this won't be available until maybe December, latest January. So keep a lookout for that. But also, we will be premiering our hair care line. It's Ayurvedic, meaning that it's herbal, 100% made of herbs and some oils. And so it's natural and it's unisex. It's for men and women. Okay, so it doesn't matter who uses it, who buys it. You can both use it. Men and women can use it. It is to stimulate hair growth, prevent hair loss. Some of the herbs inside, it will naturally darken your hair, give it shine, luster. You can retain more moisture in your hair. These herbs have been gathered from all over India, other parts of Asia, Africa, the Middle East, So we're excited because we definitely love natural hair care over here, and that's what we try to promote so much. And if you guys want to know more about the hair care line, please go to our website, hairbyconnie.com, and you can click our Kinky Curly blog. We just wrote about some of the herbs that are going to be in there. It's going to be a total of 15 herbs and 2 oils, and we're excited. It's going to smell good, so it's going to be very nice for men and women, okay? Unisex. We have our beard oil. We're going to have a shampoo bar, a conditioning bar, the hair growth oil, hair tea, and a hair tea spray, which we'll make. Some people will want to make their own hair tea, so we'll give you those tea bags, all those juicy herbs inside. But if you already want it made, we will be providing your hair teas, and also there's a hair powder. There's an Ayurvedic herbal powder that you can put in your conditioners to spruce it up even more. You can put it in your shampoos, and also you can mix it with an oil and make a paste and let it sit on your hair. So I think altogether we'll have about 8 products in our hair care line. It's 100% natural. It's good for everyone. So there you have it. If you want more information about that, like I said, go to our blog, read up on it, and any questions that you guys have, you know I'm here for you. If you want to get a free 15-minute consultation for sourcing products, finding manufacturers, please visit hbasiaconsulting.com, hbasiaconsulting.com. I'm going to write that and pin it, hbasiaconsulting.com, hbasiaconsulting.com. Post, pin, and I just want to say thank you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support and your love, and just know that we do listen to what you guys have to say. We want to make sure that we're bringing you safe, quality products, hair care products, and also services. So much love. Thank you guys again, and have a great rest of your day. All right? Okay, I'm out.